Hi, Holly. This is 166. So let's look at this. Let's go straight here. This was about a business that had, they were looking at their cash controls, basically. And the issue, they were looking at their cash controls. And they seem to have a lot of, again, this is a controls question, and you've done it well. You've done it very well. Let's look at the answers. I almost don't think I even need to look at the question because I think you might, this is closer to something you probably have done recently because it's coming towards the roundup of the question. So you probably still have it fresh in your mind. But again, control objectives. So again, there's just what is the aim of the system? What is the aim of the control to ensure? And again, I guess rationally, right? You're thinking, it's if you was your business, what would you want for cash? I mean, number of things. Again, the fact is that the cash is safeguarded from theft, that it's recorded promptly in the cash book for reporting purposes, if you like. So you could start off talking about it being correct accounting period in the general ledger, if you like, in the cash book. So really it's just about just us making sure it gets into the system correctly and then gets to the final destination. It is an asset. It should be accounted for. And then looking at your answers here, they talk about some of the things we can rely on. So the fact is that what's good almost, what's good, what are the key controls here? And you seem to have nailed all these as well, really well. So the fact is they actually have an internal audit department. Maybe, it could do better because you talked about not all the departments were being visited, but it does have an IA department which has taken some reviews. So that is a control. They close down, they bank. Here, so the thing is, it says cash is received from customers taken to the bank daily, so via collection by a security company. So, and again, the consequences, you can always see constantly they're talking about the consequences of those. So a number of things, some reconciliations done on a monthly basis. Probably this could be done better, but the key point is they do have some controls in place, and that's what this first question is really looking at. And you are pretty much looking at those controls. So again, you're basically, think of, again, I know I mentioned it, but think of the test of control as you walking through the actual control in place and seeing if it works. Right? You're discussing the actual control and doing a few things, doing a bit of testing, inspecting, reviewing, inquiring. So you're looking at a sample, reviewing, you're constantly reviewing, and that's the language you want to keep on constantly using. Identify the risk, identify the control, discuss the consequence, and then talk about the actual control you're going to put in place. Then they move into the big part where they talk about the problems, and here there's a number of problems. So let's go to your work, and here we can now see what you have done. And again, here we are. This is recording the accounting period, and it's recording the cash book. So perfect marks there. IA department, we mentioned that. We talk about the and then the fact that the tills are closed down. There's reconciliation going on. That's great. That's all perfect. Yes, and you have some good work here. So I think you're gradually, I think you're getting into the style of writing. So I think now you should be comfortable, definitely in the exam, with these. Yes, so some deficiencies, they can only do 20 of the 45. Then here, yes, so problems everywhere, and all of these are all very good. All very good. This is all done together. This is all done together. So there's a problem there as well. The fact is that the sales manager is doing the recs of all the tills all together. How does he know what's going on the individual tills, right? The fact is that all individuals can use each till. So there's this stored overnight. So you can see that there's lots of good things, good points to pick out. So control questions should be this good. You have the same clerk issue going on here. So control questions are very much like in the bag. We should be able to nail those because they're out there. So the key point again, identify the control, discuss the consequence, and what's the recommendation, or what's the test you would do on that recommendation, if you like, right? And that's how we deal with these. So good work again. Good work. Again, I'd probably, yes, I think, again, if this was out of 20, you'd be in the 16 range now. So very strong, there, 16 out of 20. Good work.